Hi there, and welcome to your yoga class. This class is yoga for sports. It doesn't matter what sports that you do, because generally when we do any sports, we need some strength and flexibility and mobility in those joints as well. So whether you're a runner or a cyclist or a gardener, it doesn't actually matter what you're doing, because what we're doing here, as I say, strengthening and all these other things to equip you to do these extracurricular things that you'd like to do, and you'll enjoy them even more if your movement is a little bit easier. So let's get on with it. Let's just sit first of all and just centre ourselves, okay? So let's sit down. Now remember, we're just sitting with our legs crossed. Now you can sit on a blanket if you like, with something under your bottom, because sometimes when your hips are a little bit higher than your knees, it just helps you sit up a little bit straighter and it's more comfortable as well. So however you're sitting, you can sit on your knees as well if that's more comfortable for you. Just rest your hands lightly on your knees or in the middle, but that back's nice and straight and those seat bones down here grinding down like that, so you feel super secure, okay? So we're just going to sit and breathe for a minute or two, okay? So you can shut your eyes at this point as well if you like. And take nice deep breaths in through your nose and out your nose as well if you can. And when we're breathing, let's just concentrate on filling that belly up, okay? You've got a whole belly here, and what we want to do is fill it with the air that we're breathing in. Very often people will breathe the wrong way round as well. Sometimes when you breathe in, you go, don't you? And everything comes in, and we breathe in and go, as well. It's the total opposite that we want to do. So we want to breathe in and expand, that's it, and breathe out. And use that core to help the expulsion of air, okay? So breathing in, that's it, and breathe out. Lovely, and keep going like that. Lovely deep breaths. And just try and make them equal breaths. They don't need to be so many seconds. Just try and make them nice and long and deep and equal. That's all we're trying to do. And sometimes moving your hands like this will help you as well. Okay, so if you breathe in and breathe out. That's it. And already you should be starting to feel that little bit more relaxed, okay? Shoulders should be feeling a little bit more relaxed. That's it. And all you should be concentrating on is that breath coming in and out through your nose. Try and just put a pin in any thoughts that you've got about maybe what you're making for dinner, that project you've got to finish at work, all these other things. They will be there when you're finished, don't you worry. Yoga is not just about how we move and how we strengthen our body. It's all about just giving you a wee bit of time and space away from everything as well. And that takes practice too, just like the postures do. So keep your breathing going nice and in your own time. Keep those shoulders down and back. And at this point, you should be feeling that you're just coming down a notch or two from whatever you were doing. Maybe you were very relaxed before, in which case, bravo. But unfortunately, it doesn't happen that way quite a lot. So just try and relax. And while we're sitting breathing here, we're going to set an intention for this practice. And what I mean by that is, what are you here for? What do you want to gain from this practice? Are you just wanting to move? You've not done much all week. Are you just want to do something that's physical and feel good about yourself? That is absolutely fine. That's a great reason, actually. Is it because you're trying to get stronger? Is it because you're totally stressed out and this is the only thing you can think of? It does not matter what your intention is, but just set your intention and think, I want to feel better after this, or I want to feel really knackered after this. Set your intention and then we'll revisit it at the end again. Really, really useful to do this because I think that's maybe what brings you back to your mat again and again. By appreciating why it is you're going and doing this and how it makes you feel at the end. So those lovely deep breaths still come along, and just settle on your next exhale, okay? And we're going to inhale again, stretch those hands right up, okay? And bring them down. On an exhale, really easy. Inhale, up, 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 lengthening that spine. and exhale on the way back down. Lovely. One more. Inhale, lengthening up and exhaling back down. Okay, so we're going to start off with a seated twist. So we inhale. Remember those lovely big breaths we've just been doing? That's what we're going to try and keep going. So fill up that tummy, remember? And then you're going to take your right hand and put it on your left knee. Inhale again, then turn round on the exhale and try and look behind you. And what we're doing is a spinal twist here. This other hand is coming behind you on the floor. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, come round even more. Now watch this other knee. We don't want this creeping up because that's going to compromise what you're doing. We want to get as much of a nice twist in here as possible. That's it, and coming round to the start again. And let's do the same on the other side. So inhale. That's it, lengthening, filling up, exhale and coming round. Other hand on your other knee. That's it, and looking round. Remember this knee, don't have it creeping up. That's it, and a lovely spinal twist. And what we're doing here is warming up that spine, getting it mobile. We're giving our internal organs here a really nice massage too. We often forget there's stuff in there and that benefits greatly from yoga as well. So let's not forget about that. That's it, and then coming back round to the beginning. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we are just going to do a couple of neck stretches, okay? So we're going to let our head tilt over, okay? Now we don't want to tilt it forward, we want to tilt it to the side, okay? So tilt it over to the left first of all, okay? And then you can stay there, okay? But you want to feel a nice stretch up that side of your neck. And what you can do is bring your hand out as well, about 45 degrees, okay, and involve the arm in that stretch as well. So staying here for just a little minute. And if it's a bit too uncomfortable for you, you can look down a little bit as well. But play about with it and find where it is that's good for you. That's it. A couple of more breaths here. And then come back up. We'll do the same to the other side. So tilt the head. Sometimes feels a bit strange doing it on the other side, extra stiff sometimes. Tilt the head and put the hand out as well. That's it. So staying here for a few breaths. That's it. 2 or 3 breaths. Feel that stretch up the side of your neck and then coming back to the beginning again. So now we are going to come on to our knees. So I'll go sideways so you can see what we're doing. And what we're going to do now is a plantar stretch. So we're going to tuck these toes behind us like this. And we're going to come back and sit on your heels if you can. Now, if this is super sore for you, you can untuck the toes and sit down like this if you want, okay? Because sometimes it can be really, really stretchy for people. But otherwise, sit on the back of your feet and feel that lovely stretch up the back of your feet if you're a walker or a runner or anything that involves your feet moving and constantly pounding. This is a great stretch for them, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take our hands in front, interlace them and push them away and bring them up, stretch them right up to the ceiling, okay? Lovely straight back. Inhaling and exhaling. Now it's going to be harder to fill up that tummy in this position, but we're stretching up. You can feel the hand stretching, the back stretching, everything, and your feet are getting that lovely stretch as well. Then bring your hands down, put the back of your hands away from you, and you're going to stretch that back now. So you're pushing the back of your hands away from you, keeping that breath going, and you're feeling this between your shoulder blades now, okay? Getting that back lovely and warmed up, okay? So coming back down, untuck your feet, okay? Put them tops of the feet on the mat, and then you're just going to come back, put your hands just behind you, about a hand length behind you, and stretch back, okay? Now you can stay here, that's absolutely fine, or you can lift your chest up to get a little bit more of a heart opener, and it will stretch your chest up nice and high, and you can put your head back too if you wish. That's it, lovely big stretch. Bring your head back up if it's been down. That's it, and coming up on to your knees, okay? So now we're going to do tabletop position, and we're going to stretch our wrists off as well a little bit more. So from the tabletop position, we're going to start rocking back and forward a little bit. So we come back, and then we're going to rock past the vertical, okay? Enough so that you can feel that stretch on your wrists up here, okay? So back and forward, just gently, go as far as you want though, okay? Just be careful. Back and forward, okay? And now we're going to put the hands out to the side, okay? So your fingers are pointing out to the side, and we're going to do the same again. Okay, back and forward. If this is too much, just stay in the first position. Okay, and then if you can, turn your hands right round. Can you manage to get them pointing to the back? Now, if you turn them round, you think that's far enough, okay, that's absolutely fine. But what you can do is rock back a little bit less enthusiastically here, okay? You've not got as much range of movement here, so back and forward, okay? Back and forward, back and forward, lovely. And tuck your toes if they're not already. Turn your hands back round, sit back in those feet again, get that stretch in, and then push your hands away. Because remember we did this before, just a second ago, stretching our back. But see what we're doing now, we're stretching our back again. We're also doing a lovely counter stretch for our wrists back here. Okay, because those wrist stretches can be a little bit sore on your wrists, okay? It shouldn't be painful, but they can be a little bit ouchy doing all three of them together. That's it. So give them a little circle as well if you want to. So now what we're going to do is we're going to thread the needle. I'm just going to turn around this way to show you, okay? We're going back into that tabletop position, okay? Tops of the feet on the floor, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to take our left hand and twist up the way. So can you do that? Just as much, you can even just come a wee bit round, that's fine. But twist up, okay? So you're getting a lovely twist in there. First of all, then what you're going to do is you're going to come down, okay? Post your hand through that space between this arm and the leg. So I'll come this way and show you. So you're coming down like that and then right down onto your cheek. Now see those hips? They're still over the knees. Your feet, your hips, knees, feet haven't changed. But the top of this hand's on the floor. Okay? And this arm here is bent. And you should be feeling this across the middle of your back, between your shoulder blades. A little bit of a twist in there as well. That's it. If it's sore on your knees, pad your knees up with a cushion or something like that to take the strain off. That's it. Just staying here for a few breaths. Remember those lovely big breaths. And when you're in positions like this, it is going to be more challenging to take a nice deep breath. But that's okay. It makes sense because everything's compressed. So don't worry about it too much. Just do the best you can. That's it. And coming back up again to tabletop, and we're going to do the same on the other side. So remember, we're in our tabletop position. Lift that right hand up. Now look up at it if you can. Get a lovely big stretch. If it's too much for you to look up that, and then that's absolutely fine. Then bring it down all in the one motion, post it through, and then you're coming down on to the side of your face, okay? And remember, those hips do not really move because if you sit back, okay, you're not going to get as good a stretch. So try and keep them in the same position. This arm is bent and your back of your hand is on the floor, okay? And your head or the side of your head or your cheek is on the floor as well. That's it, feeling it in the same place, just more over to the left this time. That's it, or the right, depending on which way you started. That's it. Wonderful. And then come back up to tabletop. Now, we're going to stay in this position, but we're going to come into puppy dog pose, okay? So, tops of the feet on the floor. Remember those hips and knees, they don't change again. And we're going to walk our hands forward, okay? Walk them forward, just like a puppy dog. Now, if you can, try and get your chest, it's really chest to floor, okay? Now, your arms are there, okay, in front of you. Your hips haven't moved. Now, you can put your forehead on the floor, like that, or you can put your chin on the floor. That's absolutely fine. But you're feeling this, again, up underneath that scapula, underneath the shoulder blades, okay, right up the front of the body as well. Okay, so keep stretching. Lovely big frontal stretch, and it's a little bit of a back bend as well, as you can see, and up the back of the arms as well. Staying here for a few seconds. That's it. Now slowly walk the hands back up. There is no rush. That's it. Okay, so what we're going to do is come down on our bellies. Okay. And we're just going to do a locust position now. Okay, so what that means is you are going to take your hands and put them down by your side. So the top of the head is on the mat, your forehead is on your mat, okay? And what you're going to do, if you can, is you're going to lift your legs up together and back down, okay? So see if you can, even if it's just a little bit, okay? Press the back of the hands into the mat, okay? So lift up, that's it, and down. Try and keep your feet together, that's it, and lift up and down, and do a few of these. Get your glutes nice and warmed up. That's it. And one more. Lovely. Okay, so putting your hands on the floor, come back up to your tabletop position. So from here in your tabletop position, tuck those toes, pop your bottom right up, then come back to downward dog. Now walk that dog, okay? Bend those knees, might be the first downward dog you've done today. Bend those knees, check your hands, are they parallel and shoulder width apart? Okay, if you need to, remember you can bend those knees to get that nice straightness from the back of your head down to your tailbone. Okay, but if you can lift your bottom higher and straighten your legs, then wonderful, and you're gazing at your navel if you can. Okay, so stay in here for a wee minute. Wrap those shoulders out, engage your quadriceps as well. That's it, and we're going to inhale and bend the knees and roll forward to your plank position, okay? Now if that's too much, you can come down on your knees, that's no problem at all. So you can be here or here, and then come back up to downward dog. That's it. So bend those knees again, inhale, roll forward. That's it. And back to downward dog. So still keep walking the dog if you need to. That's it. And we're going to raise our right leg up, straight up. Okay. Raise your leg right up. Okay, and then you're going to bring it through and put it between your hands at the front. If you don't get there, just pick it up and bring it forward. So we're in our low lunge, hands flat on the floor or tented, or you can be up in blocks. That's absolutely fine. And we're going to bring our back knee down, okay? So everyone brings their back knee down. Okay, so we're in a nice box lunge here. Get that nice square shape. If you want more of a stretch, you can come forward a little bit as well. Now watch that knee, okay? You can put the top of the foot on the floor. Watch that knee, okay? Put a blanket underneath it if it's too much for it. So from here, we are just going to put our arms up like this. Cactus arms, okay? So we're nice and straight. We've got our cactus arms. We're going to stay here, just get our... so we're going to stay here. So we're just stay here, get your balance, and then you're going to keep your torso still, but twist it round to the right, okay? So all we're doing is twisting. Keep your arms in line, okay? Nice and balanced. Okay, and then bringing your arms down, give them a wee shake, and then put your hands to your heart. And then what we're going to do is come to the side, hook your elbow if you can, and come in to a revolved prayer position. So your palms of your hands are pressing down on each other. I'll come round to the side, this side, so you can see. So you're in this position here. Now, if you feel like it, if you think, I'd like to do a bit more, you can tuck this back toe if you want and just straighten that leg, okay? So we're not doing any massive movements, okay? This front leg is staying the same, hands are staying the same, just straighten that back leg, okay? And it just gives you a little bit more to work with there. That's it, and then come back down. come round to the middle again, and back to the beginning. Okay, so now we're going to do half splits. So wherever you are, stay in this position. You're going to put this front heel out in front of you like that and put your hands down. Okay, you can tuck your back toes. As long as the toes are pointing up to the ceiling and you feel that lovely stretch along the back of your foot, your leg, you'll feel it. That's it. Now you can be here with your fingertips on the floor. If you want to, you can fold forward a little bit more, but just do it until you can feel it up the back of the leg. Okay, that back leg stays the same. That's it. And you should feel this all the way up into your glute as well. Really good for stretching the back of your leg. Okay, so bring that heel back in again. Okay, and when we come back, we're going to take our hands to one side of our foot. So you'll have hand, hand and foot. I will turn towards you so you can see. Hand, hand, foot. Okay, and you can stay like that, or okay, so you can be here, or you can tuck that toe and come out. And this is lizard pose, okay? Different to the low lunge, your hands in, your foot's in between your hands. So now we've got hand, hand and foot. Remember, you can be down like that, that's absolutely fine. But this is getting the benefits of the lunge, plus you're getting a slight outward rotation of the hip as well. That's it, so keep that foot up if you want to. Okay, and even if you've got the foot, the knee up, so even if you're here, put your knee down, okay, and take the hand that's closest to your knee and push it out the way. And go on to the outside of that foot as well. Now, you don't have to do that. You can stay in lizard position if you want, but you can push that out, not too hard, just so you're getting even more of a rotation. That's it. And then coming back in, coming back down, okay? So hand, hand, foot, tuck that back toe and shift your foot back. Now come into a plank position again. Remember, knees can be down if you want to. And we're going to lower down from here, okay? So you can lower down in your knees as well. But lower down, push your heels back and go right to the floor. Make sure your hands are nestled in by your rib cage, tops of the feet on the floor, and come up to cobra position. Okay, now make sure there's a little bend in those arms. We don't want to be bracing out like that. Shoulders are down and back. And you can look up as well if you want to. Okay, if you feel this in your lower back. So tuck those toes now. And we're going to inhale and come up to downward dog. Okay, so stretch out. Walk that dog again if you want to. That's it, and we're going to come and do the other side. Okay, so we're up in downward dog and we're going to do the same on the other side, of course we are. So this time we're going to lift up the left leg. Now remember that heel goes straight up. Okay, it doesn't matter how far you get your leg up or not. So leg straight up for a three-legged dog. Just pause there for a few breaths and then you're going to bring that knee into the chest and bring it forward between your hands, okay? Now remember, just lift up that leg and bring it forward if you need to. So we're in our low lunge again. Hands flat on the floor if you can. If not, you can be up. But have that back leg nice and straight. If that's too much for you, you can put it down, okay? So if you're up in low lunge, pop your back knee down anyway, and we're going to come up to that lovely box lunge that we did. Now, have your knee over your ankle. We don't want to be like that, okay? If you want more of a stretch, just crawl that foot forward and get more of a stretch in here, okay? We don't want the knee shooting forward. So we're here, pad up that knee if you need to, okay? And just untuck your toes as well. So you're in a nice boxy position unless you've opted to go a little bit further. And then we bring up our cactus arms again, okay? So we're coming out at nice right angles from the body, okay? Just pause there for a little minute. Really push your arms back, open up that chest. And this time we're gonna come round to the left. Come round as far as you can, okay? And we want that nice twist All right, so we don't really want to be moving our hips. We're not coming round like that, and that knee isn't moving. We're just coming round like that. That's it. Nice and easy. And then coming back round to the beginning, put your hands in prayer position, and we're going to tuck that elbow over the knee again. Remember, in a revolved prayer position. So we are here. Now you can stay here and just revolve a little bit if you want to, or if you can, tuck that behind your knee, press those palms together and look up at the ceiling, and remembering all the time to keep that breathing going as well. That's it. Staying there, feeling the twist. That's it, and then coming back round to the beginning again, and let's do those splits again. So we're here, okay, and then just inch that foot forward a little bit until your heel is on the floor and your toes are pointing up. Remember, your hips are stacked over your knees still. You can tuck that back toe in if it makes you feel a little bit more secure as well. Now you can stay up here if you like, nice and straight. Are you feeling that up the back of your leg? If not, come and put your fingertips on the floor. Okay, try and keep your back nice and straight, and you can come down even further if you want, but as long as you're feeling that lovely, lovely stretch right up the back of your leg into your glutes. Okay, staying there for a little minute, keeping that breathing going. Okay, then inch your heel back, put it on the floor, and we're going to come into the lizard pose, okay? So we're here, we've inched our heel back, and remember, you're going to just walk your heel out, sort of heel toe it out like this a wee bit, so that then you've got your hands at one side and your foot at the other, okay? So here we are here, and that back knee can be down, okay, because you're feeling a big opening up in this hamstring here and in your hips, okay, but you can tuck that back toe and lift up, and so you're in a full lizard position. Okay, so you can be here, pushing that heel back, feeling nice hip opener, and then you put the back knee down. I'll come round again. Back knee down, and you've got your hands here, so you just take the hand nearest your leg and you push out the way, okay? And then you can go onto the side of your foot as well if you feel you want that little bit extra. That's it. That's it. And coming back in, okay? So we're here, okay? We are going to tuck that back toe, straighten the back leg, lift this foot back in a oneer, so we're in our down dog. That's it. Stretch off, walk the dog if you need to. That's it. Get that nice straight back, heels toward the floor, and then we're going to inhale and we're going to walk towards our hands, okay? Feet together. Now bend your knees at this point, okay, and place your hands on the floor. So we're in our forward fold here, okay? So we are here, and then hold on to your elbows and almost rest your chest on your thighs like this, okay, and sway side to side, okay? And if you want to, you can straighten those legs up, okay, and you'll obviously get a much bigger stretch up, but feel free to keep them bent as well, side to side. That's it. And then putting your hands long again, we're just going to roll right the way up. And when we get up, we're going to lift our hands up, stretch to the ceiling, and come down into mountain pose. Okay, so remember, mountain pose, our feet together, hands by your side, like that, that's it. And just breathing, nice relaxed shoulders as well. And just catch your breath for a minute. So we're standing here in mountain pose, okay? So from here, what we're going to do is we'll raise our hands up to the ceiling, and we're going to catch our right wrist with our left hand, okay? So holding on like this, we are going to inhale and lengthen and come over to the sides, okay? Keeping your body nice and straight. We aren't coming forward, we're coming just to the side. Like that, and you'll feel a lovely big stretch up that arm that we've got a hold of, right down to your hip at least. That's it, coming up, Swap your hands over, hold on to the other wrist gently. Inhale up, exhale over. That's it. And then come up to the middle. Okay, so standing at the front of your mat now, we are going to lift our hands up. Look at your thumbs, press your palms together. Okay, legs together. Pressing your feet into the floor, you're going to forward fold, okay, from your hips, nice straight back, okay. Now if you can't touch the floor without bending your knees, that's fine. Put your hands on the floor anyway and bend your knees, okay. If you can straighten your legs, then wonderful. Then inhale, come up onto your fingertips. That's it. And then back down to forward fold again, okay. Now you're really trying to get your chest to your thighs here, okay, rather than just tucking your head in. Chest to your thighs, okay. That's it. And then roll all the way back up. And we're going to do a lovely chair pose now, okay. So with our chair pose, your feet can be together or they can be slightly apart, but bigger centre of gravity if they're apart. Okay, so what we need to be really mindful of is putting our hips and our knees back. We don't want this, okay, because what it will do is just put a strain on your ankles, okay, and your knees shouldn't be over your toes anyway, and all your weight's on the front of your feet. What we want to do is to come back as if we're sitting on a chair, okay. So sit back, you should see those toes, look down, okay. Doesn't matter how low you get, okay, just make sure the knees are behind the toes and make sure we don't bend like this either. Tilt that pelvis, okay. So we're sitting like this and bring your hands up. So look at your thumbs, okay. Your weight is in your heels as well. Look up at your thumbs. That's it. And then from here, take your hands and clasp them. And you're going to lean forward, so straighten your back a wee bit. Your legs have not changed position, but you're getting that lovely counter stretch for those downward dogs that we were doing because our wrists are going the other way. Palms are getting a nice stretch as well. That's it. And then hands down and back up. So we're going to do the same position again, but this time, we're going to add another wee twist into it. So remember, hips and knees back, look down if you need to. Remember, and tilt that pelvis. We don't want any bendy backs. And what we're going to do is take our right hand and put it on our left shin, okay? So you're going to put the back of your hand like this. You're coming down a wee bit deeper and you're going to twist up with that hand. So left hand up in the air and your right hand is on your left shin. Okay, and you're still in the same chair position. That's it. Now come back round to the middle into prayer position and do the same on the other side. So the back of the hand is on there and your other hand's come up. If it's too much to put the other hand up, that's fine. Just go as far as you can. Weight is in your heels, remember. That's it. And then coming back down. That's it. Now before we come back up, we're going to do that wee interlacing your hands again, okay? So where we were before. Make sure your lower back is protected. So we don't want any bendy backs like this. Tilt that pelvis. Core is in tight as well. And then coming up. So we're just going to do a little bit more hip mobility here with a bit of a standing balance, okay? So we're going to put our hands on our hips, okay? Hands on our hips here, and we're going to take our left leg first, okay? So lifting up your leg, you're going to bring your knee up. I'll do this from the side. Lift your knee up, okay? So it's nice and high. Get it up nice and high, okay? And try and balance here for just a little minute or two. Can be quite hard work just balancing on one leg. That's it. And then you're going to bring it out to the side with no arms, okay? Bring it out as far as you can. If you can get it right out, then wonderful. Okay? And then bring it back round to the front again. And now you're going to step back on this knee that's up, okay? So you're here with your knee up. Adjust yourself in the mat if you need to. And you're going to step back, okay? into a high lunge. So remembering that knee is not over your toes again, all right, and you're in your high lunge position. Heel is pressing back. So from here, we're going to get those cactus arms out again, okay, and just breathe here for a minute. And we're going to inhale, hands stretching up to the ceiling, and exhale, down and back, okay? Inhale, nice and strong in the legs. Exhale, down and back. That's it. Inhale, down and back. Lovely. So we're still in our high lunge here. Okay, I'm actually going to change the other way. Still in our high lunge here. Okay, you can put your hands in your hips, because what you're going to do now is you're just going to put that back heel down, okay, and your hips are still facing forward. And we're going to lift our hands up into warrior one. So your legs really haven't changed position. Your heel's now down on the floor. Readjust that foot. You need to come further in. Does it feel a bit strange? Readjust, get comfortable. Okay, so we're in warrior one, looking up at your palms, pressing your palms together, and then we're going to come down to warrior two. So what that means is your hands come down, you turn and open up to the side, hips come round, legs don't change, out to the side. Lovely, nice floaty arms, looking along your front arm, the one with the knee bent, and your shoulders are going down and back. That's it. Keep that breathing going. That's it, nice and relaxed. And then put the hand at the back on your thigh, turn your front hand up, and we'll come up to peaceful warrior and feel that lovely stretch up the side of the body there. That's it. And then we're going to come down, and this elbow at the front, you're just going to lightly rest it on your knee. Okay. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take this hand here and really put it up and round your back, and see if you can look up. Now, can you reach that thigh down here? You might be able to see it between my hand here. Try and hold on to your thigh if you can. If you can't, it doesn't matter. So you're feeling a lovely big twist. You're not leaning too much in that knee. Legs haven't changed position. Easier said than done, I know. That's it. Keep looking up. Then you're going to look down, and we're going to come up to warrior two with our arms out again, but really strongly. So look down and come up. Okay, I know that your legs are getting a little bit sore now. That's it. And then you're going to step up on to the front foot like this. Okay, and we're back in our mountain pose. So remember, feet together, thighs rolling in, shoulders nice and relaxed. Okay? Take a nice couple of deep breaths. Okay. So we're going to do the same on the other side. So keep your hands on your hips, okay? And we're going to lift the left leg up this time. I'm going to do it from the other side of the mat, so that I'm not got my back to you. So hands on your hips, and you're going to lift that left leg up nice and high. Okay, staying here for a few breaths. Root down through the standing leg. Then it's going to come out to the side. Okay, just as much as you can. Out to the side. Coming back in. Remember, you're doing this in the opposite leg. And keep your leg up, and we're going to step it back. So lift it nice and high and step back, okay? And you're into high lunge position again, okay? So remember your cactus arms here. All right, you're going to inhale, lift them up. Exhale, coming back down. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, coming back down. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, coming back down. Okay, now then you're going to plant that back leg, that back foot, back here, about 45 degrees, thereabouts. Keep that bend in the knee, and we're going to do our warrior one. Okay, so up like this. That's it. Keep those knees strong. Plant down through your feet. Then you're going to come out and do your warrior 2. Okay, watch this knee doesn't fall in, shoulders down and back. Okay, the back hand goes onto your thigh, front hand flips up, and you come in to peaceful warrior. Hand up in the air, feel that lovely big stretch. That's it, then come down with the elbow. This will be quite good because you can see this from the back this time. Then you reach up with your hand and go right round. So create the space, come right round, and can you get your hand on that thigh to get the bind and look up? If you can't, if you can only come here, that's absolutely fine. Okay, staying strong through the legs. Then look down again, come up strong to your warrior 2. That's it, we're going to step up again, okay? So in one movement, come and stand in your mountain pose. Well done. It's not. So coming down onto the floor, we're going to sit up nice and straight first of all. Okay, nice straight back, feet together, hands by your side in Dandasana or staff pose. Shoulders are still relaxed. So this is like mountain pose for the floor. Okay, sitting there nice and relaxed. Your feet are active, your legs are active. You've got a nice straight back. Okay, shift a few breaths, and then you're going to come down to lying. So lie right down, and then you're going to bring your feet up, put your soles of your feet together, and come into Supta Baddha Konasana. So it's like a reclined butterfly. Remember, you can put blocks underneath your knees if you want to. Now here, you'll feel a nice big stretch in your adductors. Put your arms up above your head, that's it, and get extra stretches. Remember that breath that we talked about at the beginning. Keep breathing in and out through your nose, filling up that belly. That's it. And then coming back down, put your hands at your side, and you're just going to raise your legs up, okay? So put your feet up. You can use a strap for this bit as well if you want to, but just try and push the ceiling away. Now you can do this against the wall as well. It's really nice against the wall. Okay, push those heels up, hands are down by the side. If it's too much for you to do that, it's absolutely fine to have your knees a little bit bent, okay? So really relax and pose, especially if you've got them up on the wall. You can have a strap round if you want to as well. That's absolutely fine. That's it. So bringing your legs down now, you're going to point those toes, point your hands, so stretch your hands right up and point your toes away from you. And you're going to get ready for your Shavasana. So bring your hands down, okay? Don't need to point your toes anymore. Get comfortable for your Shavasana, okay? So that could mean by putting some socks on. It could mean putting a jumper on or a blanket, however you wish to do it. And you're going to lie down on your mat and just let your legs flop open. Try and get your legs, well, they can go wherever you want, but if they're sort of mat width apart, then it might allow you to relax a little bit better. So just let them flop out, let your hands come out to the sides, tops of the hands on the floor, and just relax. And shut your eyes, tilt your chin a little bit towards your chest as well. Just that ever so much, slightly, helps a little bit. Stretch off the back of your neck and relax. And really importantly as well, you're just going to let your breathing go too, okay? Your breathing's not doing anything special. It's just doing whatever it needs to do, and you just need to relax, that's all. This is a really restorative part of your practice. This is where your body gets a chance to restore itself without having to do anything else. You're not busy rolling up your mat. You're not busy getting on with the dinner and all these other sorts of things. Really important just to give it a little minute. So if possible, give yourself a chance to even have a couple of minutes of Shavasana, okay? And even better if you can do 10 to 15 minutes of it too. So just breathing in and out and remembering that intention that you set at the beginning of your practice. Depending on what it is, you might have totally forgotten what it was by now, but if you have set your intention, think to yourself, have I achieved what I set out to do? If not, what could I have maybe done differently? Sometimes, you know, you're just really tired and it's just not happening for you, but the best thing to do is just try and accept it and try again another day and try not let that affect any future practices that you have. You might be feeling a whole lot better than you did. Maybe not physically, maybe just mentally, maybe both, which is brilliant. So all I'm asking you to do is just reflect upon it here while you're lying here relaxing. How do you feel now compared to how you did an hour ago? Okay? And just take nice deep breaths in and out and just relax. So just starting to deepen your breath a little bit and come back into the room. And starting to invite a little bit of movement back into your body as well. That might be wriggling your toes and your fingers, might be just giving your legs just a little bit of a shake. Just coming back down to earth. That's it. And maybe rolling onto your side as well before sitting up completely. And when you do come to sit up, just sit up with your legs crossed. That's it, with your hands at your heart in prayer position. So thank you very much for practicing with me again. I hope this practice heals and strengthens your body and your mind. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me again. And I hope this is hit most parts of your body. I think we've tried to do a full body experience here, and I hope that's what it's been like. And as I say, it will help you with whatever your other pursuits are, whether that is, as I say, gardening or walking, or even something simple as housework or sitting at your desk, on your laptop, that sort of thing. All these things are going to help, okay? And especially if you do things like sports, it's really, really important to try and get rid of any tightness, especially if you're a runner, cycler, in your hip flexors, these sorts of things, and keep them nice and flexible, and of course strengthening the body at the same time. So let me know how you get on with this one, and we'll see you back here again for more yoga next time. See you later.